case you didn't hear that, Grandpa just added that he remembers girls always wearing skirts or dresses, and that's right. It was unusual to wear something other than that.
So, when you were growing up, did you admire anybody or have any childhood heroes?
Interesting you would ask that, because what I realized lately is, even in the comic books, that it was the women that I liked. Wonder Woman, if I read the comics in the paper, there was a woman named Brenda Starr. And there weren't very many women that you would hear about. So, and I didn't realize at the time that I was always looking for women to be models and leaders. But yeah, that's always been important to me.
All right. So, did you ever watch any movies when you were younger?
Yes, we watched a lot of movies. Well, not in the house. We
No.
didn't have them in the house. But we would go to the movie downtown, and there were early musicals that were fun to watch, and like South Pacific, Dancing in the Rain, things like that. I remember.
All right. Well, you just do you remember your favorite movie? Just like your favorite book, but one of your favorite movies.
Well, I was a
Or
teenager
musicals.
when they did. There were two of them. One was On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando, and one was Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean. So those made big impressions on me because the actors were so cute.
Alright, so do you have any favorite songs or music that you like to listen to?
From that time.
Yeah.
My favorite song as a teenager, I believe, was Shaboom Shaboom.
Alright. Did you have any pets? If so, what were their names?
Yes, I had. Well, my happy story is my pet named Fluffy, who was a dog, a black Cocker Spaniel that I liked very, very much. And my sad story was I had gotten a little duck for Easter one year, and that little duck grew up to be a big duck. And then one day that duck was gone, and my parents said the duck had died, but I learned the hard way that they had taken that duck to a farm, and then we had duck for dinner. And it was my pet duck. So I do not eat duck.
Alright, so what world events had the most impact on you while you were growing up? Did any of them personally affect your family? Like World War II or...
Well, World War II started when I was born in 1940, and so I was only 5 when it ended, but I do remember when things were rationed. I remember collecting tinfoil off of gum, and so yes, it affected our family because it affected the whole country, but nobody from my family served in the war.
Right. Describe a typical... Do you remember any typical family dinners? And did you eat together as a family?
We ate together as a family always, for lunch and for dinner. My dad came home for lunch, and so we always ate together for lunch and dinner. And then on Sunday, it would be like a family Sunday dinner, and often we would get my grandmother, and she would come, and we would often have fried chicken, and it was delicious.
Well, I love fried chicken, so... who did the cooking in your family?
My mother did a lot of the cooking, but we had this person named Goldie Boyd who made pies, and they were the best pies in the world. So Goldie did some of the cooking.
What was your favorite type of pie? Like French silk or pumpkin? Or...
No, she wouldn't have done something like French silk. Pumpkin, yeah, I love that. I think cherry. And we had a cherry tree in our backyard, so they were fresh cherries.
Would you like cherry with whipped cream or no? I've never seen a cherry pie, so would you put whipped cream on it?
Ice cream.
Oh.
You've never seen a cherry pie?
No.
We're going to fix that.
I've seen a berry pie. Okay, so what were your favorite foods for dinner?
Favorite foods for dinner? My mother one thing she fixed that I really liked was a stuffed pork chop. That was very good. And
do you remember what she stuffed it with?
well, there was pineapple in there, and I never I don't have that recipe, but I like that.
All right, you said and then I cut you off with.
Well, I like that fried chicken too.
All right. How is the world today different from what it was like when you were a child? Just like one thing, one or two things.
Well, I would say a phone like this.
All right.
The way that we can be in touch with other people is so totally different.
Like electronics and stuff.
Yes.
Smart. All right.
And then there's flying, because flying was very rare.
Are there any stories about famous or infamous relatives in your family?
Wow, that's a good question. Let me think about that. Well, my dad, before he got married, was a famous bridge player. He was very, very good at cards. And he considered becoming a professional bridge player.
Okay, what's bridge about?
It's a card game.
Yeah, like what's the goal or what do you do? You don't have to explain the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like tell me the goal.
Okay, so you would have a partner. There are 4 people play.
All right.
And the goal is for your team to beat the other team, and you have to be paying attention to every card that's been played.
All right. Are there no, just did that. How many recipes have been passed down to you from family members, if any?
Yeah, and I have several from my mother for strawberry shortcake and for rhubarb pie, and there's a barbecued pork recipe. So, yeah, we have some.
Are there any physical characteristics that run in your family? Like quick thinking or anything other than that?
Well, I wouldn't put that as a physical characteristic.
Not physical, no.
I would say both of my parents had really nice hair, and my sister and I, and really all of our kids have nice hair.
Right. Of all the things you learned from your parents, which do you feel was the most valuable?
An emphasis on family.
Right. What accomplishments are you the most proud of?
That I've done?
Yeah.
My family.
Alright. That's good. That's good.
It's a good family.
That's where I came from, so that's good. What is the one thing you want most people to remember about you?
That's a good question. Wow. That I'm a thankful person.
Alright. Let me just check if I have any more questions. I don't know. I think we're good.